Hey everybody, clearing. All right, this is going to be a divine masculine check-in, and we are going to get into what hasn't the DM said to their divine counterpart. So thank you, divine creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information coming through. What can we see for these divine masculines? What have they not yet said to their counterpart about the connection, about their counterpart? What have they not expressed on their heart space about the connection, their feelings, their emotion, their love for their feminine? What have they not said? What aspects have they not communicated yet? What have they not communicated about what they're wishing to manifest here and what actions they are taking? What have these masculines not expressed about what challenges them, about the solutions that they're working on for those challenges, and where things are going, where they see things going? I just saw 111. Okay, conscious mind, what have these DMs not said? Oh, that they want to be the everything for you, the emperor. Like, come on. they want to present you with what you really deserve, the whole thing. They want to hand it to you like this. They want to be this emperor and then give you all of it, feminines. They really are preparing to give you everything. You have no idea. That is actually really, really gorgeous energy. What emotions are connected with that? Humor in the inverse. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. So I just heard they've been a stick in the mud. Okay, this is really abstract, but a stick in the mud that can grow into a tree, this righteous emperor tree. So, you know, it has been a little bit... this is a stoic energy. Stick in the mud energy can be a stoic energy as well, but it's not all for naught. You know, they are diligently becoming this righteous creature that wants to show you a reflection of your righteousness, feminines. And so, you know, they're getting there. That's a little bit of a humorous play on things. Almost. It's not belly laughter and free flowing total joy, but it's going in the right direction. Like, yeah, stick in the mud to emperor. We'll take it at this point. We'll take it. What can we see for how these masculines have what they haven't expressed on their conscious mind about you, feminines? Oh, wow. Something recently has turned their world upside down. A couple things. And they've had to dig into their spiritual reality check. So life circumstances, the way they feel about this connection, just all of it, it's getting real. And the only way they can process it is if they listen to higher guidance. So life circumstances have put them in a squeeze and they've had nowhere to turn but higher guidance. When this comes to you, there's something about the immediacy here, the timing, the urgency, the reality check. Something has impressed upon these masculines that time is of the essence, that they don't need to wait much longer. It feels like they've had a couple of major synchronicities, signs. Now, for the masculines, that can be about timing regarding material realm provisions, scenarios. Feels like things either working out or not working out with their plans kind of energy. What is the emotion? Failure in the inverse. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. Okay, so I just heard the universe is slamming the door shut on things not meant for them. And instead of it happening to them, these divine masculines are realizing it's happening for them and through them. So it's not a failure. It's actually the doors closing that aren't meant for them. So something has happened in their realities where options, opportunities, things that they could have been investing in or going towards that were not this connection, those are the doors that closed, is what I'm seeing here. So something didn't work out the way that they thought. And towers sometimes can serve humble pie. We don't know what happened here. It has caused these masculines to get real in some regard. Reality has shown them what's up. Okay, so that's, it seems to have bumped them back towards you or impressed upon them that you are more of an immediate opportunity than they thought before whatever this tower is that happened. What can we see for the heart space? What have they not told you? That they've known all along that you are wifey material, that you are life partner material, love at first sight. The King of Swords is the impeccable truth sayer. They know what's up, and this is the wifey card. So, they haven't said this. They haven't said how just ideal you are. And they haven't told you that. They thought it would go to your head, but they also weren't ready to be vulnerable. So they told themselves it wasn't something you needed to know. What can we see for the emotion? Death. I'm learning that endings are merely beginnings. Okay, so this tower, whatever that was, is merely a beginning. There is some kind of a loss of a mini ego death, a loss of stubbornness, a loss of pride here, but not necessarily in a negative way. It's almost like they just didn't realize they could put down so much burden. It's like somebody, how can I, how shopping carts, or trolleys, if you push them, they don't work, but if you pull them, they roll the way they're intended. It's kind of like the masculines were pushing something that was meant to be pulled, and reality came in and say, hey, why don't you do it this way? And they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize I was adding that much more trouble than it was worth. It's something like that these tower moments represent. And whatever that extra was that they were efforting with was giving them the false idea that it was going to take longer to come towards you, feminines. So whatever that is that's being seen right now, it's allowing for this new beginning. It's going to be a domino effect because these masculines will realize they also don't have to make this love that hard. If they were making other things in their lives that hard, thinking that love would mean they would have to be doing things, existing things extra hard and then love extra hard on top of that. Yeah, these masculines are realizing that's not how to roll. Okay, so they haven't told you that they're figuring that out, feminines. What can we see on the Heart of Hearts? Wow, the Chariot rolling forward and more emotional availability. That's really interesting. So part of the reason that they have not been emotionally available was because they've been working so hard at whatever approach to life was that they held. This is one of the few cards where the shadow side and the light side are rolling along smoothly. And so this was something that they harbored in their shadow side, that they've released this extra efforting or feeling like they had to, work hard for what they get. It's like devil energies. When we don't feel worthy, we feel we have to prove ourselves tenfold. It's something like that. They realize in some way that they don't have to actually go above and beyond out of pride or out of vanity or stubbornness or worthiness issues. So they haven't told you that they're starting to feel this can move forward. Denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. Right. So they're starting to have real maturity, wisdom in just the right ways that's bringing in less fear, because there's more awareness to what they're doing. They're not just plugging away at the way things have always been. They're starting to see better coming in. Wow. What can we see for how these masculines are wanting to manifest and what they haven't said to their feminine? That this is driving them crazy, insane to be out of contact, out of connection, to be out in the cold, to not be together. That was a lot. I was holding my breath through that. It's very, very unnecessary feeling. This is what they haven't said about what they want. They don't want this distance between the two. Like, they're really wanting what you want, feminines. They want to have deep primary connection with you. Grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. So whatever this extra efforting was that they were doing, they are humbling right now and looking at how sweet life can be and how this doesn't mean that they've lost you. Yes, they were choosing other things, trying to prove themselves, yada yada, but they haven't lost you yet, and they're really understanding that they do not want to lose you. They're seeing their free will to come back around and to fight for this, I just heard. They're feeling when they stop efforting so hard in these other directions and keeping up with the Joneses, trying all that, they have the mental faculties, the resources to invest in this connection and that lesson about how this connection doesn't need to be looked at as though it's going to be hard work. After all, it has stood the test of time regardless of any work being put in the 3D. It's an energetic flow. So these masculines are learning a lot about how they haven't done or said the wrong thing to the right person here. I mean, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. So yes, they want to manifest coming back around and not being in this disconnect. What is the action these masculines haven't told you? Oh, this transformation and the Lovers. So this is the same here as the Death card. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. These masculines are in a major transition in their lives where they are going from the old ways to this higher love based way. They haven't told you that they are ready. That they're ready. They really do want to have a focus. Look at this, is such a beautiful Lovers cards. You know, eye contact, looking at each other, spending time physically together, staring into each other's souls. They want to end whatever is standing in the way of that happening. Okay, I just heard I tried to keep it together and it still fell apart. I feel like I've wasted so much time going in directions that turned out not to even be needed to go in. Okay, interesting. What can we see that these masculines haven't shared about their biggest challenge? Perseverance, just, you know, not knowing how to know what they don't know, you know, how to be one step ahead of themselves. What is that saying? Smart enough to know there's a problem, not smart enough to solve it. That they haven't admitted that they've been, you know, bumbling ahead, trying their best, learning, win some, you lose some, one foot in front of the other, take a deep breath, take the next step. That's the challenge that they haven't said to you. And loneliness, I know that I'm never alone. So yeah, they know they're never alone, but they're kind of alone. Like, they do feel like they've been going it alone and keeping you, hedging you out. And they're really starting to feel like that is no longer necessary, warranted, appropriate, desired. What is the solution they haven't told you? Okay, well, we get the King of Pentacles. They're still trapped in their minds a little bit about this commitment, about this partnership. We got the Queen and the King of Pentacles here, both coming out in the inverse. So, you know, right from the beginning, they've been trying to feel like they are at liberty to come forward. It hasn't been justified. It hasn't, not only have they had these ways about them, but they also, when they admit that they have had these things that they've struggled with on their side of the energy, they also know that they have felt like their hands were tied with regards to how ready they thought you were or observed you were for this connection. And so they have felt like they had no recourse to come forward of their own volition because of what was going on your side of the energy too, feminines. So this is where they are trusting the process a little bit more. We just saw that they know they haven't been alone in this tandem process, but they are starting to see that they were adding too much strenuous effort, too much stress to the things they were trying to have success in that weren't actually failures, but that they were trying to keep together double time, I heard. Okay, success. I know there is no greater goal than to love. So they're just about there. This card is not in the upright. So whatever this burdensome way about them is that they are releasing right now, they used to think they needed to set other goals. And now they're seeing that there is no greater goal than to love, which is what is available in these connections. There's something about the unlimited amount of abundance and resources available to them right where they're at, right in their situation, if they have eyes to see. Now that's Metatron energy coming in. Hey, homeboy, Metatron. Yes, so that's a beautiful reminder to everybody that we don't have to deal with extra, more, bigger, better, faster to manifest. One beautiful meditation technique that you can do is on Metatron's cube. If you can imagine a dodecahedron, a 10-sided, shape, and within it, it's riddled with Swiss cheese-like triangles. The idea is that a shape this big has a certain amount of surface area. If you riddle it with these triangles infinitely inward, it technically has infinite surface area within a finite shape. So that going within for infinite potential is the secret of Metatron energy. These masculines are realizing they don't have to be extra. Out there, everything they need is already within them and within their current situations, if only they get creative with what it is that they are working with. So success is there. And this goal to love, when we just relax and say, how can I, just take the load off and be grateful with what I have? It takes on a fully different awareness when we see, oh yeah, I have this. I've been overlooking, thinking the grass was greener. I have this. I've been overlooking this opportunity right in front of me because I thought I had to go out there and do that and be extraordinary over the hills. There's so much more here available for the masculines they're tapping into right now. What is the direction in the near future that they have not shared? Yeah, that they know that they've almost exhausted all the other directions. They also know that the secrets of the universe in some aspect. It's like you can see this red cup and they're starting to feel like, wow, you really were right, feminines. This mysterious energy you possess of intuition and psychic ability. They're like, wow, they saw this red cup here before I even knew it was available. Yeah, so, the feminines have learned to be very, very grateful for the little things, masculines. And so they have had their sights set on the soul stuff, the good stuff. And yes, to some degree, you have thought you had to be more to be loved. But all along, the feminines were seeing a certain sincerity, beauty, authenticity in you that you can't find out there, masculines. Beautiful. What can we see for the energy? Blame in the inverse. I accept responsibility for my well-being. Yeah, so we could say that accepting responsibility for the masculine's well-being means not reaching for extra, but really being grateful with what is. Yeah, the little things, masculines, and the little things can grow into such big, beautiful love story things. Okay, many blessings. Bye for now.